Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. You know, the Dodge Viper is iconic, and I think it's iconic for a couple of different reasons. One of the reasons is that most people don't know this is the low production. The fact that you maybe have seen pictures or videos and things like that of Vipers, think about how many times you've actually seen one on the road. It may be an entire year before you see one drive by because they only build around 1,000 Vipers a year, and they're built by a special team on a special assembly line. Not to mention that they're in between, depending on the year, in between 400 and 600 horsepower, 6-speed transmissions, crazy styling, and what have you. So in this case here, I want to talk about this car in particular because this is the reason why you buy exotic cars at this level. This is a car with around 12,000 original miles on this car, and it is completely unmolested, meaning that it is bone stock everywhere. No drivetrain, no exhaust, no interior, nothing modified in the sense that, that you couldn't change anything back if you needed to right away. And one of the reasons I like the car is because I noticed when I was buying the car that it had a fresh set of Michelin pilots on here. And to me that says, you know what, the guy that owned this car really cared about it. If it was his baby, or if it was just a car that he was just flipping to get rid of, he would have put the cheapest tires that he could on the car. But if it's your baby, you're going to spend the most you can getting the best tire you can. You're not going to overpay for the tires, but you're going to put the best tire you can on there. And that's why I look at these first when I'm buying a car, like what kind of tires does it have, okay? And then I looked at the paint. You know, these are hand painted as well. And come up and check this out. This is not Chrysler minivan paint. This is really, really nice, especially for a production car. And the fact that you can see what time it is and things like that make for some great stuff. So some of the styling on here is great. You got Ram Air, which is old school style, but it's new as well because you're trying to feed 8 liters of engine with as much air as possible to keep the horsepower generated out of there. This low air dam in here to keep the air from being disturbed underneath the car. The flatter the car is underneath, and I'd like to check that out real quick so you guys can see that. Check how flat this car is. You can't see anything in there. It is completely flat for a reason, because the flatter it is, the easier it is for the air to pass through, and you're not going to notice that at 45 miles an hour, but you are going to notice that at 145 or 180 miles an hour, and that's where these come into play. Check out these things here. This is kind of cool to take a quick peek. This lets you know your headlights are leveled. It's got a leveling system built in. This is an air extractor vent to get the hot air out of the engine compartment, okay? And then the styling goes on. You know, these later versions here where they have power windows and things like that, this has a hard top that goes on that clips in. It's really nice. It's painted body color, but you can have convertible, but you can also have the safety of having a roll bar built in, and this window right here pops right out. So you can have almost complete convertible, right? But the safety of having the roll bar built in. This one has the dealer installed spoiler. Third brake lights up here where it's supposed to be. And look at that exhaust. 2 giant tips dumping out 8 liters, 450 horsepower of Chrysler hand-built V10. And we talked about the hand-built V10, we've talked about the sound, and we've talked about the power, but until you see the power, this is one of the most amazing engine shots of any car ever, and I want to show you what it looks like. All right, so let's take a peek at the engine shot. Listen, the one thing is, I love about Vipers is nobody ever knows where the hood release is. So I'm going to show you real quick so you know, so you're like an expert. You can walk up right away because everybody's searching under there. They're looking outside here and they're looking all over. Remote control, is it in the wheel, whatever. I'm telling you, man, this is cool. It's right here. Boom. You pop it like that. It's got a safety right here. Okay. And then here's what you get. But I want you to see this because it's spectacular. And when you open this and you go to a car show or something like this, I could look at this all day. Not only is it spectacular to look at, okay, so we talked about a couple of small things like being all bone stock, but a couple of small things. These are called smooth tubes, and they actually just help with the airflow a little bit. The stock ones are in the trunk. What I wanted to talk about was how clean this part is, meaning like all the original decals are still here. The caps are all nice and bright. Everything in here is just in really exceptional shape. We're talking about a 12,000 mile car. And when you're talking about a car with low miles but stickers for somewhere around 90 to 100,000 now, and you can buy one like this in the 30s, it's such a great buy because this is never going to be a $10,000 car or $14,000 car with the mileage the way it is like this. It's just they've been holding their values, and as the Viper's gone up, it's dragged these up as well. So it's really pretty cool to be able to get something like this, have some fun, and not have to pay almost 100 grand for an exotic car. That's how you close it. Then this right here, boom, all nice and sealed. Okay, so let's check out the trunk for a second. Okay, let's take a peek inside the trunk here. Okay, maybe you want to go to a car show. Take your Viper there. This has the upgraded Alpine sound system with CD, satellite, iPod, stuff like that. This right here is for if you want to take the rear window out of the car. Mr. Canner just informed me that this is what this is, and he's on his game today, clearly, and I am not, so I'm a little embarrassed, but not horribly embarrassed. All right, spare tire in here. All the little nipples and the writing is still on it. It's never been on the ground. Just those are the indications, like how supple the weather stripping and things like that are, and how everything is just really in good shape, to give you an idea that you're really getting a low mileage vehicle. Carfax verifies all that. It just looks great. All right, let's check out the inside. This has great seating in it, and I'll tell you why. And there's a couple small things about a Viper that a lot of people don't know that you could trip them up about, okay? For instance, most people didn't know that the pedal system is on a rack, meaning that it's fully adjustable right here. You turn this knob, and what it does is it brings the pedals, all of the pedals, back and forth to get you comfortable, so that when you're driving, if you're a tall guy, to reach the pedals, you don't have to be all the way up here. Or if you're short, you don't have to be jammed like that as well. So you can get some nice adjustment and get yourself comfortable. This right here is an extended shifter. It comes right off, and you just put the shifter ball on there. This person that owned this car liked the way this felt a little bit taller. That's up to you. You don't have to leave it on there, and we can take it off for you. It's just a minute fix. All right. It's got a little storage in here as well. Here is the faceplate for the stock radio, as well as the instructions and things like that. This is a subwoofer here. Sound system all buried inside here. Full gauges everywhere, including a 200-mile-an-hour speedometer and a 7,000 RPM tach. Got 6 forward gears, and it makes it very easy to get in and out of the car because you got tilt wheel, you got the wipers, and all that good stuff. All right, so some of the accoutrements that you get luxury-wise, obviously leather seats, and these seats are spectacularly comfortable. Plus, they're sport seats, so they're designed to hold you in place. But you get air conditioning, you get power windows, you get keyless entry, you get tilt wheel. So you get a lot of nice things that for a 190-mile-an-hour sports car that you typically might not get. But that great hood and the fact that you're sitting, almost over the rear wheels, and the extension of the hood, it's just a bad car to drive. But let me start it up for you so you can hear what it sounds like, because this has a great sounding exhaust. Closing up this video, we're talking about a 12,000-mile exotic sports car. And this is really the way to buy these cars, because you're paying 1/3, somewhere around 1/3 of what these cars sticker for new, which is an incredible bargain. And to still get the same performance, get some luxury features, not to mention great looking and great condition, it is the only way to fly. That's why I love these things so much. Anyway, if you can find a way to get this cool 450 horsepower, 6-speed Viper in your life, call us 301-816-1000, and we'll tell you all about it.